So Mario really uses a fountain pen? I don't believe it. He's not sophisticated enough for that. He is sophisticated enough to continue this video game and beat people and continue onwards. Not beat people, but to beat the villains and win in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. This might be the last stream of this game. I don't actually know. It greatly depends on what actually happens. And to be honest, as I don't know, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Can you get back to small man? Thank you. Nobody wants big man Mario. If that's there, what's this door? Oh, hello, Wizenheimer. Sorry, Wizenheimer was what they called Magikoopa in one of the TV shows. And the name of that stuck in my head for a long time, and I don't know why. Maybe not for a long time. Maybe just a little bit. But I think it's like one episode of the Mario Brothers Super Show, or maybe the Mario 3 show. It calls him Wizenheimer. Oh, this shit. That's right. I do like Magikoopa. It's a very good character design. Oh god, shot put. But like, look at the face. The little like, it's not really a beak. The single tooth and the glasses and the hat. It's a fantastic design for an enemy, for a character. I actually really love it. Just looking at it. It's unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. It's just good. It's cute. It's almost too good for Mario. It's not true. But I don't know, it almost gives me vibes of like a different game somehow. Not a better game. That sounds rude, but it's good though. Whoever came up with Magikoopa, this specific version, you did an excellent job. It's all I have to say to you. You should have been paid more, probably, as most people have to. I mean, some companies treat their employees well. Most of them don't, though, so it's not really a matter of you know, just state... Oh, can you stop healing yourself? No one likes it when you do that. It just shows you as being vain and weak, in my opinion, you know? It's really not worth the time and the effort. You might as well just accept your death as it comes to you. Oh my goodness, Mario. Buddy. If you want to do better, you have to do better. Look at my experience. It looks so large at this point. Okay, wait. What? Oh, God, do I want to go back? What was down there? What did I miss? Or is that the way to go, or is this the way to go? I wonder how much Mario weighs. Looking at his sprite in this, he's not like a portly fellow. I don't want to make that assessment. He's clearly wider or thicker than Luigi is. And when he walks, you can see his belly wobble. Have fun, even though you were wrong about Rico Harbor. I still hope you have a good stream. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Listen, I can be hateful. It's fine. Some days you need to be hateful. Some days you need to be full of vitriol. And maybe not need to, but sometimes you know you gotta let the filth out. Maybe you don't actually. Maybe that's not true. Maybe that's just me. Huh? Wait a second. That does nothing. But I hope you have a lovely, whatever else you're doing. I'm assuming you're not sticking around, so. I guess I could make an educated guess that it would probably be Final Fantasy XIV. That's the standard. If it's not that, I would probably be more surprised. Because that's kind of my assumption, is it's just like 24/7. Doesn't have to be. I mean, there's other games, there's other things to do. Eating, sleeping. You know, hanging out with friends, commiserating. Consignment, enjoyment. What the fuck am I doing? I don't really know what else there is to do in life, though, to be honest. I mean, what truly is there? Actually playing through Mina the Hollower. I do own Mina the Hollower, and I was planning on maybe streaming it this week, just to try it out. I wasn't looking forward to it as much as many people were, to be honest. I just really hadn't heard much of it. And to be honest, I am not, like... I've never played Shovel Knight. So I've never played, was it Yacht Club Studios? I've never played any of their games. Their games being Shovel Knight. So to me, it's not actually what the fuck is with this area? It is not a thing that I'm intimately familiar with. It just looks like a good game. I hope I like it. I mean, I'm not planning on streaming the whole thing. At this point, that'd be too much, wouldn't it? Unless it's really good, I guess. I don't know. I might hate it. And to be honest, I don't really know much about it. People say that it's similar to Link's Awakening. It's similar to Castlevania. You play a little mouse creature who gets to dig in the ground and jump up and jump around and get up and get down. And I mean, I guess that's cool. But I know y'all have been playing it, obviously, and have been getting great fortune out of it. And fun and enjoyment. And fun is all that matters in some cases. Maybe not all of them, but... I hope you're enjoying Mina the Hollower. It's better than saying I hope you guys fucking hate it, and that you're having a miserable time. That would be kind of mean to me. It? Oh, hello. God, I don't know why YouTube automatically translates anything that's not proper English to immediately be like, oh, I'm sorry, you fucking stupid idiot. That's a different language. We're gonna translate that from Chinese or something. I don't know. I like how satisfying the secrets are in it and Shovel Knight. Interesting. Again, I don't know why. For some reason, when I looked at Shovel Knight, it didn't look exactly fun to me. Not that it didn't look fun. Somehow it didn't seem like a game I wanted to play, and I'm sure here's the thing. I guarantee you, if I ever play it, I'm going to be like, wow, this game is great. Wow, this game is fun. But I don't know why. Something about it was like, at the time, I was like, good. And I guarantee you, I would really like it. I think that would be, I think for most people, it would be a surprise to say that I wouldn't be interested in Shovel Knight based on the kind of games I like to play and the kind of person I am. So it's kind of an unusual status that I haven't played Shovel Knight. And I mean, it's such a good deal as well to get all of them. So at some point I figured I would probably pick it up, and I never have. I'm iffy about platformers with combat. They can be good, but they can also be really not good. Interesting. I mean, how many are there? I mostly think of platformers with combat as being Metroidvanias. Because Metroidvanias are usually that style of, like, 2D side-scroller with, like, you get the... boo. Where's the wall here? And, you know, that's a common trope. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, most 2D platformers with action or adventure or combat aren't really platformers in the same way Mario is. They typically are side-scrolling more than true platformers. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but, Riders, Mega Man, Ninja Gaiden. I guess Mega Man probably has more platforming going on. Ninja Gaiden doesn't really. There's a little bit, I suppose. I would say it's way more action-oriented than not. Why am I going up here? What the fuck was the point of any of this? And it's I mean, you guys might have a better list of games than I do. You guys are better gamers than me, after all. You should be very proud of yourselves. I don't know what Strider is, by the way. That's a game I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know every game, you know. I mean, I could pretend. And pretend poorly. Why did I choose to fight this boo? This silly face who keeps hurting me. If I die right now, what happens? Because I'm not with Luigi, but Luigi is there. Strider's a Capcom Ninja game. So, Ninja Gaiden? Or is it just, like, not as good? Is it just, like, a worse version of the Gaiden? Capcom really likes their ninja games, don't they? I wonder why. Like, come on, Capcom, what are you doing? Make better games already. You're never going to be a top-tier developer if you don't make better games, Capcom. I don't know what the fuck your problem is. Where am I going? Oh. Oh. I understand. I'm joking, of course. It occurred to me yesterday that I'm kind of very dry in my humor. Sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it isn't. I really ought to make it more obvious because I think there are times when I say things that people don't always realize are not meant to be serious. People get the wrong impression on things. Kind of can't help it. I don't know why. I'm a very like old toast, you know? Not any butter on it, just dry. Just dry and crusty. Hey, it's the Mario world. Or Mario 3 sprites. Oh, come on. Come on, Mario. You're gonna let that stop you, Mario? Mario, it's like 2 feet. Really? You're not gonna get up there? Okay, Mario. Never thought you were gonna be a fucking loser, but you know what, Mario? It's up to you. You wanna be a fucking loser, then go ahead. But no, I don't know. I wasn't keeping up with Me to the Hollower, but I figured it'd be something I wanted to play. Who knows, maybe I'd enjoy it more if I just didn't stream it and just played it on my own. As is often the case with many games. I mean, when I played a lot more indie games was back in the time when I didn't stream, because obviously I was just playing them for me. Also, that was when they were cheap, and that's when I first got a Switch, and I had a console that could play all of them. That's when I got, like, Celeste, for example. And Axiom Verge. Both games that are very good. And one day I would like to replay Celeste. Since I've only ever beaten it, I've never done all the challenges, and I've only beaten it once. Why is there just fake Bowser fighting here? It's cool, it's neat. It's a fun little, It's like a real platformer. Really, Bowser, you'd have this in your castle? Or do you have some defectors? You know, some sides in here who don't want you to win. We've got a mole. Am I going through this again? Is this the same thing? Feels like the same thing. And I feel like it probably is the same thing, and I'm probably going in a circle. But I'm already doing this, so let's keep going. But I don't know. I mean, I know that it's not just like Link's Awakening. There's more to it. I don't know how it's like structured. For example, I have no idea if Mina is like open-ish or more level-based, or I have no idea. Call me Stephen King because I am foggy. That doesn't make any sense. Call me the beach because I'm foggy. I don't. That doesn't make sense either. There's no fog. What makes fog? You know what? I don't know. Call me Victorian England because I am foggy. Because I haven't the foggiest. I think it was a kid. When I was a kid, I read a joke book, and they always had like, here's the joke and here's the, you know, the guy saying, oh, I haven't the, you know, what do you call a clock that eats shit for breakfast? And the guy answering would be, I haven't the foggiest. He'd say, I shit sandwich, and you know, whatever. And as a kid, I was like, what does that mean, I haven't the foggiest? And I think I eventually puzzled it out, being, you know, like I haven't the foggiest idea. Like if you had a clear, if you don't have a clear idea, fair enough. But if you don't even have a foggy idea, that means you're truly and totally lost, which I guess is the premise of the statement. It's good. It's clever. It's a good little work. Mario is 5'11". Mario is 5'11". Mario is not 6 feet tall. He is definitely not. Mario is like 5'6", maybe 5'9". You know, he's not. He's definitely not 6 foot. Luigi might be. Luigi is probably like 6 foot, probably. But Mario's like, no, he's like, you know, average height, maybe a bit shorter. Bowser's Castle Quiz. What must you do to hit the high and low blocks simultaneously? This. Why is there a quiz in your castle, Bowser? Why are there Mario blocks? It's sort of openish, but they're like zones. It's an open zone game. Huh. Interesting. I mean, like Shovel Knight was very level based, with like a map, right? Like a world map. And there were still like upgrades and things you could do. And you can go back and redo stuff and find secrets, but I know something about the loop for me in Shovel Knight felt like I would get tired of it. It's like I don't feel like I'm gaining enough from this to like keep exploring. I don't know, maybe that's just me being a bloody idiot, but... excuse me? But I was like, I don't know, you just collect the money and progress. And somehow I was like, this doesn't feel like it'll be fully fun. And I'm probably wrong. Maybe some of the other ones would be better. Or the one that gave you like a card mode seemed fun. Roy? What just happened? Where'd he go? So I'm paying attention, but I'm getting lost repeatedly, and I think that's my own fault. Did he teleport back to where he was before? Bloody hell. I don't know. I mean, I could play it tomorrow. I could also play the Yoshi game that I've been putting off, which seems fun. I suppose it depends on what I'm in the mood for. And maybe Yoshi is shorter. Who knows? One thing to keep in mind is Star Fox is coming out the exact same day as Delta. Obviously, I care about one way more than the other, but it is funny timing, at the very least. Although, I mean, Star Fox is not a very long game. One day, I thought it was the same day, but maybe I was mistaken. I am often mistaken, as I am a very large fool. So, it's fair. Honestly, you could probably assume almost everything I say is wrong, and that's like a safe assumption. Okay, so where did this guy go? He just like teleported around. Like a fiend. Then gave me a teleport spot to go back? I don't know. And again, I haven't kept up. I haven't seen anybody play the Yoshi game really, aside from a little bit. I think people have already moved on from it. Hey, little guy. Who are you? Are you Roy? Are you Roy? Or are you Morton? I don't know who you are. The number on the face of the time bomb reaches 0. It's game over for you. Oh, great. I can't hit the bomb? It is Roy. It is Roy. Nice. So excuse you. Ow. 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 Ow! Kill me, why don't you? You did, actually. Roy's alright. Do you think he's drunk? Like, why do you think he has to wear those sunglasses, you know? Do you think he's just, like, fucking plastered? And maybe that's why he, maybe that's why he has them on. He gets, like, really bad headaches, you know? He was too busy partying. He woke up, you know, brushed his teeth with a bottle of Jack, because there's no going back. I don't know. I don't think Roy's my favorite of these designs. I guess he's kind of cool. I like that he's pink. Got like a little... He looks like he's got a little, like, fringe of hair. I don't think that's his design, but... It looks like he makes high art fashion. Maybe he does, you know? We don't ever see what these guys do on their off time. I'm assuming they're all not all just, like, toadies for Bowser. They've got hobbies. Every single character in the Mario universe has a hobby. Keep that in mind. Even if you don't know what it is, even if you don't know why, they've got a hobby, and it's probably really cool. They're probably awesome. Maybe if they didn't have to fight with Bowser, that they could like let their lives be enjoyable. But they're just trapped, working this dead-end job of Bowser's. All they really want to do is paint, you know? They can't. Life doesn't let them, and it's the tragedy of the days. Oh my god. Maybe one day, Roy will get the chance to prove himself, to show he's worth more than anyone ever bargained for, you know? And I hope he does. I really do. If you've ever seen what he can make, it's actually really lovely. People always said, oh, Koopa can't do that. And I'm like, you don't know, stop killing Mario. And you know, I have to say, you don't know what a Koopa can do. You clearly have no idea. You're underestimating this guy. But in actuality, he is, you know, incredible. But that's just the world we live in, you know? The disrespect always comes to those who don't deserve it. Mario, can you come back to life? Or am I gonna have to fight you alone? Oh my god, I have to fight you alone. I have to fight you alone. I should have just healed Mario and taken my chances. See, I mean, Roy's either that or he's like someone who's like... He posts online about his gun collection in his truck. Those aren't actually stylish glasses, those are one of those glasses you see of the people who are like... You ever seen the picture of like the 20 Trump supporters and they're all wearing the exact same glasses, taking selfies in their car? It's very funny to me. It's basically that image. Roy's in there too, for some reason. He looks close enough. Mario, oh god, I'm getting frustrated. I mean, I'm also gonna die regardless because the bomb's gonna blow up in 2 turns. I don't think I can quite finish this time. Which means I guess I'll try again. I might as well not just give up, you know. Ah, man. Just, you know what? Let me try again. Since that went rather poorly. Kind of wish I didn't save here because I have to keep walking back this way, but at least I did the puzzle. It's fine. Bowser, I don't know how you managed to keep giant pools of lava in your floating airship, but I guess I really shouldn't consider it. It doesn't have to make sense. I do think it's dumb though, because that will cool off. You know, you don't have the Earth's core keeping your things warm. And if you have to, like, spend power to keep constantly, raw, constantly liquefied, I feel like there's probably better things you can do. You know, when people make jokes about, like, oh, Taylor Swift, she flies, like, every day in her private jet. She's killing the environment. Like, you know who's killing the environment? Bowser. Because his airship that he only flies everywhere is using, like, 10 trillion kilowatts of power a second to constantly keep rock molten hot and melted. It's like, and that's just for aesthetics. It's not even for a utilitarian purpose. You know? And I get it. Sometimes you want that aesthetic. It's like people who are rich, they have gas lamps around their houses. You sometimes see them lit. I'm like, that's neat. And I'm like, isn't that just a waste though? Because you don't need it for lighting. You're spending money on gas just for that. I looked away. I hate that. You're so fucking awful, Roy. I really don't like you. If Cold Fusion in the Marioverse, it's alright. I don't believe you. I think you just made that up to mock me with your smug aura. I'm a deeply untrusting person. But I'm going to choose to say you're a liar, you're deceitful, and you're wrong. And I will prove you wrong. You don't need to do that to mock me. Well, no one needs to mock me, but they do it anyways. It's a choice that people make every day. I mean, it's my bad for going to fucking mocking university, you know? Luigi? I pressed... Luigi, I swear to God I pressed both buttons, but it just didn't work for me. I mean, you could mock me for a number of reasons. I don't know what reasons are the good choices, but... I'd like to think there's, you know... I'd like to think they're obvious. Alright, we know, Mario Brothers, you're awake. Ah, god damn it! That's annoying. I mean, at some point, he's probably like, you know what? It's not even worth. I might as well just try killing him. Nah, it's not gonna. That was a waste. Yeah, I'm dead. Like I said. Alright, one more time. Okay, I have to try and I have to try and rewind some thoughts because I was in the middle of a match and couldn't comment. Middle of a match? You're playing competitive games? That's crazy. I can't believe that I can't believe you play a game against other people and not just for fun. That's, you know, that's like, it's almost fucking despicable. Me is the despicable one for disclaiming fun. Yoshi is good. Its length is a bit variable. I need to play it more, but I only play like 1 or 2 stages at a time. Their open-ended nature means you can sort of just choose to stay there longer. That's kind of what I've heard, is you can explore as much as you want. Which feels like it's a very good, very chill, unique experience. In terms of quote-unquote beating, I imagine it's probably not very long, but that's not really... The point of the game isn't to beat it. The point of the game is to enjoy your time, I suppose. Although that's every game, isn't it? It's not about winning. It's about fun. Fun is when you... It's sort of like a... I can't just quote SpongeBob for everything I've ever said. You know, that's like, I sometimes have to stop and think to myself, is it worth quoting SpongeBob over this? And the answer is usually no. Luigi. Like, there's times where I have to say to myself, listen, we know you like SpongeBob. You don't have to quote it every 2 seconds. Steven Hillenburg won't be mad at you if you don't shut the fuck up. No, Luigi, I didn't mean to do that. It's annoying. There we go. I mean, I kind of just wasted Luigi's turn there, but it's whatever. At least I lived. I pressed the wrong button. And wasted a turn. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. Alright, eat it yourself, Luigi, and be content. Eating raw-ass mushrooms. Uncooked. Just like you never cook, Luigi. You're a failure. And you're always going to be a failure. Always in the shadow of your brother. He does everything right. He's the golden child. You know why, Luigi? Because he's better than you. Luigi, you can never live up to that potential, and you never are. What, you're shy and you're ashamed? It's because you should be, Luigi. It's never going to work out for you, and you just have to accept that that's the case. Sorry to put this on you, Luigi, but, I mean, it is what it is. You might as well get used to it. Accept it while you can. Hey, look, Roy died. What a shame. Everyone loves Roy, right? Everyone cares about Roy. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Beautiful. Mina feels open world since you can walk everywhere from the main hub, but they are fairly sectioned off from each other. Once you get part way in, you create shortcuts to go back and forth. Is this a Metroid situation then? Is it like we have, you know, the different areas? I almost said Corneria. What are they called? All of a sudden I can't remember a single area from a Metroid game. But I'm picturing like a Metroid game where you have all these different areas and you can kind of sometimes go between them, but for the most part it's just you know, this zone and that zone. And I'm thinking of like a Metroid 1 or something where you take down the elevator and you're in a new area. Versus, you know, some of the Metroid games that are more connected. Oh man. Kind of a less spiderweb like Metroid. Metroid though. Okay. Interesting. Again, there's still a fundamental aspect that I'm missing, is I don't know how the game, like I've not seen people play it, so I really don't know how you get around or play or like, I've seen so little of the game that truthfully speaking, it's like, I need to see more, which means I have to play it. I don't know the loop. Like I don't even have a visual idea of what the loop is like in my mind. I guess I couldn't get that. Fair enough. Skyward Sword, but if there was a central hub you walk to instead of the... Oh, so instead of... So it's just... It has a... It's Skyward Sword. But you can walk on the hub instead of fly. So Zelda design methodology, where you've got air... But they're open. I guess. Interesting. But more of a 3D Zelda approach than a 2D one. In that case. Big door. We'll enter it, I guess. I don't know. It sounds intriguing. That is the funny thing, though. That's why it is very useful to watch people play games. And it's one of the reasons that I always feel that any developer is like, oh, I don't want people to stream their games. Looking at Square Enix right there. That, like... Like, it's so beneficial, because there's plenty of games where I know so little about, but just seeing it played by somebody is enough to be like, oh, I really want to play this. Seeing that, not just little bits of footage, but, like, an actual, like, here's how an hour of game looks. Here's how you explore. Here's how you, like, even if you look at something like the God of War Lao Fei trailer, which looked fun and good, I need to see more of, like, is there an open world? How do you get from place to place? What's the, like, what do you do? Not the cutscenes, not anything else, but what do you actually do? How do you spend the time in the game? And that's very important to see. And I feel like in most cases, you don't ever get to see that. What's your idle time spent in the game doing? In some games, it's like Kirby, it's level-based, and then it's pretty easy, because it's just... But you never really get that from just watching stuff. Yeah, which I mean, some people are just, it's countries and culture being naive and based around stuff that's different, but, am I doing okay? I'm fine. I'm not, like, I'm a little off today, obviously, but I'm not, like, desolate or anything like that. An off day. You get over it, I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll probably be better. Probably. Maybe, who knows, maybe not. Maybe this is the start of a downward spiral of misery and sadness that never ends, but, I'll be fine. Hey, guys, you never know, that downward spiral, could start any day. Always gotta keep a lookout, it could start tomorrow. Just that sense of, like, you go to the forest, and as you go through it, you create shortcuts if you want to go back, but it's about to go deeper. I mean, yeah, I know. As much as you describe it, I still don't have this image. Like, how is this done? And it's really hard to get that unless you really play a game. That's why advertising is really hard, because there's very few ads that are like, oh, this is the game. Because you build up a perception of what a game is like, and then you actually play it, and it's so different. It's funny, we're talking about, like, the new CEO of Nintendo of America, and she talked about, oh, the only way to know the game is to play it. And I know that was just, like, speech. Written speech for introduction of the lady. But it was like, she was absolutely correct in that assumption, though. It's very true that you'll never really know what a game is like unless you play it. Or at least if you can watch more than what people tend to show you. Good, because you don't know how to spell desolate. Fair. I mean, there's plenty of words I know that I don't remember how to spell. Until I have to. Maybe not until I have to, but, it can be tricky to... Oh, man. It can be tricky to you know... I know a lot of words. It does not mean that I know how to spell every word that I've used. And I claim to be a big reader, and I read more than some people, but I don't read enough. Like, I feel bad about even the amount of reading I do as an adult man with time, and, you know, not as much as I would like. Ah. Oh, look at this guy. Oh my god, this guy looks really sad now. He didn't get his shot put back, and I made him fucking depressed. I'm sorry, man. I am gonna still kill you, because that's kind of part of the job here, but... I mean, it's basic empathy. If I kill a guy in a foxhole, But I'm still gonna be sad that I ruined the suit, you know? That's just how humans work. Ow. Yeah, I don't know if it's unique or I'm blanking here and what it's like for comparison. Oh, I saved the spout for tomorrow? Oh, I didn't want to be very down on stream. I didn't want to be like fucking depressed and angry and hateful and bitter and miserable on stream, because that just brings down the energy. What's the point of streaming? What's the point of like... And I don't know, sometimes it's nice to be like more chill about it. I don't know, I have no idea what people like to watch in a stream. What drives people to be engaged and interested in a stream or not. You know, I have no idea what people are looking for. You always think you have an idea and then you really don't. And then you watch other streamers and you're like, okay, people are engaged in this for some reason, but why? And you have to like, you know, the best you can do is be yourself and all that. But you still like, you know, sometimes it's nice to have a slightly more chill experience. But yeah, I'm not gonna like, if I don't know, if I couldn't handle myself, I suppose, then maybe I would have been better off just taking the day off, but I don't like doing that anyways. It was close though. I easily could have been like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna be raging on stream about nothing for no good reason. But no. Hey, look, it's Bowser's gaping mouth. It's you love to see it. Don't you like inflate it, fire it? No, but from that perspective, I mean, it's why I always watch Let's Players, and the Let's Players got me into games. And maybe I don't finish games fully, but you do get a good experience from it, and you do get a perception of what a game is like. There are probably instances, although I can't think of them specifically, I guarantee you there are instances in which I didn't like watching a game, and then actually playing it I enjoyed. One of those is probably like Resident Evil, which again, Resident Evil 1 was not my favorite game ever, or anything like that. I obviously had some issues with it, comparatively speaking. But overall, I liked it, and I liked the flow, and I liked how it worked. I mean, my biggest flaw with it was the combat. Although I understand why it was there. It's so you can be careful, and it's for tension. I still think it's my least favorite part, and the least engaging part. And part of that's on purpose, but you kind of don't really need to or want to do it. It's only when I had a boss fight. What am I doing here? Why is this door locked? What's the deal? Nintendo? But I get there are games where it's like watching it, you don't know what it's like. It's a better off than not though. There's also plenty of games that you look at someone play and you're like, oh, this looks like fun, and then you play it and it's like the fucking worst game you've ever seen in your goddamn life. And I don't know if there's many of those I can think of, but I don't know, it depends. I mean, some games you watch people play and it's very frustrating. I think inherently, if you watch someone play a puzzle game, that's gonna be a rough one. That's always gonna be a rough one. Weird. Because it depends, of course, if you're really navigating and paying attention to the puzzles. But inevitably, you're gonna figure out a puzzle before them at some point. Not every time. Sometimes they'll figure it out before you, and then you could watch them succeed, and that's quite nice. But inevitably speaking, you're going to be watching them solve a puzzle, and you're going to get it. And they're not going to get it. And that's going to be the most frustrating thing. Because you're like, just fucking solve it. It's right. The answer's obvious. And obviously you can't do that. You have to be nice, and you have to be polite, and you have to say, oh, yo, you'll get it. No, don't worry. You got it. Keep going. Keep thinking about it. Even if they're completely on the wrong track. And it could take ages. I guess it's not that different from someone fucking up like a skill thing, but I don't mind that as much, because skill thing is still skill. Like if someone is just horribly fucking up at like, I don't know, a Mario game, just just really like losing their shit, and not doing well. It's like, okay, I mean, I get it though. Anyone could be bad at a platformer, and sometimes you're just having a bad day with the games. But, like, at least I'm like, I get it, you know. For puzzles, there's no way of being like, I get it, you're stupid, because you just know how to do it. I don't know if I would nail like a skill check in a game, but I know I'll nail a puzzle because I know the puzzle. And that's inherently more frustrating. There are some games that are probably miserable to watch. You see, the trick about playing a puzzle game is you have to be smarter than your audience. If you're smarter than they are, then you can show off how cool you are. And if you're not smarter than your audience, then it's rage baiting, and then you shouldn't do it. I mean, I wonder what it was like when I played Lorelei. People like, I have no idea. I mean, I probably had like 2 viewers, so it was negligible. But oh, I understand. But you know, if someone there was watching and they were like, "Oh, I get this," it might have been just horribly frustrating. I mean, I guess that's any game. If you're watching me play through, fucking stumble through Resident Evil for the first time, and I completely miss something super obvious, or I'm making connections that don't make any sense. Hell, it's even like if you're watching somebody theorize about, like, I don't know, Deltarune, and you think, man, this guy's fucking it up. He's misunderstanding these characters so totally, and you're just like giggling to yourself about like this guy completely just not getting it. I guess that could be a thing too. Oh my god. Funny too, because puzzle solving can be variable. Well, I don't know, maybe something. What do you mean? And that's why some games where it's like Tears, where like the puzzle solving is so open-ended that it's very different from. I like games with fixed puzzles and fixed solutions. I think that's a big part of puzzles. I'm realizing that now, having played games that are more open-ended. I think they're fun, I just don't think they're as satisfying. You've seen people who will not realize basic puzzles in some simple platformer, but then when they're playing an explicit puzzle game, they solve a really esoteric meta puzzle. Yeah, I mean, people have different strengths. And hell, even in an esoteric puzzle game, also, I feel like that easily could be me. I would have to think about games I've played, but that easily could be me, having played esoteric puzzle games and also playing platformers. But like, there are some very easy puzzles in Lorelei that I didn't get, for example. Good. I'm glad it wasn't me, because that makes me feel a little better about my skill set. Like, there's definitely puzzles I didn't get in Lorelei that I'm sure other people got very quickly, and other ones that I got that nobody else did. Like, really picked up on immediately. I like to think I'm smart, and I don't know if that's actually true. I'm just like a horribly arrogant fool. But in a general sense, I like to think I'm relatively smart. I pick things up generally quickly. I can put the pieces together. Doesn't mean I get things always, and sometimes things aren't very intuitive, but you're more consistent than Raocow. Great. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Raocow video ever. I know I've heard of Raocow for a long time. And for a long time I just knew of him because like the Proton John channel. Claire would mention him. And other people would mention him as this old school YouTuber. But I had never actually watched any of his videos. And at this point I don't know if I'd like him. It's like a respect of a venerable elder in the community, but it wouldn't be like someone that I'm like, what? There's a speed element to this? Can I like, what the fuck? Okay, not hit the gritty, but hit the Mari, my man. What the fuck? I can't go any quicker unless I do like the Mario boost thing, but I don't think I can do that with any like relative level of speed, and that's too far away. It seems to be wholly based on timing. I don't know. Luigi, are you any better? You're almost... Are you quicker? No. I know what you mean by having the wrong kind of person streaming a game too. I had that recently as well. The guy was like speeding through a text in a VN because he viewed it as a bunch of fluff. at the time didn't know how it could possibly relate to the main plot. Despite the author of said VNs famously having BS tangents that may or may not go somewhere. I mean, that's stories. There are people who truly believe that, like, oh, cut out all the descriptions of environments and descriptions of anything in a story. Just give us, like, the plot. That's all we need. And I'm like, that's the story. That's the book. That's what you're reading. A story isn't a plot synopsis. If you want that, just fucking read a Wikipedia page. Don't watch a movie. You don't need any of that other shit. I feel like there's a growing group of people who are being raised with a fundamental misunderstanding of what it means to read and understand and engage with media. And to be honest, it's actually genuinely upsetting to me. Like, it's not even in a haha, it's funny. No, it's like, this shit sucks. This is part of why things are enjoyable. And I've gotten to the point, like, I'm not like, you know, the stupid thing about can you visualize things in your head? I used to think I couldn't tell. But actually, yeah, I can. I have a, not vivid, but I can see, like, I have my perception of what characters look like and what scenes look like and what areas look like when I'm reading things. Even if it's not exactly what it's even in the book, I'm getting immersed. I'm getting into a story in a world. And this is talking about straight books, but talking about visual novels, of course, it's important. Little things matter. Details matter. Small little things change how you perceive characters and change how their actions are perceived and change what, you know, they do something small and maybe later on that the way you see them is greatly different. If you look at just straight actions, it's like this guy murdered this guy and this guy murdered that guy, and you're like, these guys are all fucking awful murderers, even though the story could be conveying them in a completely different light. And you don't know that because you don't see the you're too busy looking at the forest, forgetting that there are also trees there too. Okay, I gotta think about. I'm just like going back and forth. What can I actually do here? I'm like, a thought of mine is like, I can do like this, but there's no way this is faster than just like there's no way this is faster. Yeah, there's no way in hell that's faster. Right, and especially for mystery tangents, red herrings, not knowing things, being assured what is important is all part of the drama and purpose. Oh, I mean, it's awesome. But I mean, yes. I mean, that's like there's someone that like is a funny streamer. He plays games in an enjoyable way, and I was like, I don't want to watch this guy play Mother 3. He is not the person I want to watch play Mother 3. I want to watch someone who takes the game seriously and engages with it properly. Surprisingly so. Like, one of my favorite streamers is Vinesauce. And he's a silly, goofy guy, and he doesn't always do that for every game. But he did with Mother 3. And when he got to the parts that really mattered, he was focused. He's a guy who's like, he doesn't want to spoil that certain parts of the game, so he'll turn off chat, or turn it to emote only, and then just enjoy the experience. Because he cares about games, and he's willing to engage with them. And not all cases. Some games he blatantly doesn't. And then it's like, oh man, I kind of was hoping you'd play the game I like and get stuff out of it, but I don't know what to do here, and I feel dumb. Talking about platforming baby puzzles, by the way. You can't count the stripes on the tiger. I don't know what that is. Is there like a meme about like if you can't count tiger stripes? I don't know if I could do that, but I have this general idea. Like I feel like I can see it, but I can't see it, but I can see it. I have a description of like I could probably draw this idea of like what's in my head, but I don't know if it's like photorealistic. I can definitely. It's like the memory of an image trapped in my brain. I can't see it, but I know it's there, like an echo. What the fuck am I meant to do here? I fucking like get shocked, bitch? No, okay. It's not a meme, it's just one way to judge like how well someone can picture something. Some people have such a solid form they can do it, but for me the stripes like don't stay put. If I think, I mean, I fucking a real tiger. I'm making like a cartoon version, like a simplified tiger. And I think if it was simplified, I could do it. If it's too complicated, I think I just don't have a discrete image because it's too much. Like I couldn't think about what a tiger looks like because it's too much data. I know what I'm doing here is wrong, but I don't know what to do. Can I fucking, like, put a bomb down here? But I hate the fact that people are so unwilling to engage in media these days. It's so upsetting to me. And it's causing problems where people are like, oh, no. Like, everybody's problematic, everything's a problem, everything's difficult. No one's okay, and you're stupid because... It's like the person who was so genuinely upset that someone was like, oh, they wrote this character doing evil things. They must be awful. I can't watch this person. It's like, what do you mean? I don't get angry at people online about it, but like, what can you do? It's the most frustrating thing in the world. I genuinely don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna like leave and come back and hope something changes. But like, the details is the story. That is the world. That is what you have to do. Wendy, what the fuck do you want me to do? What can I do for you? How can I please you? I don't know. It's such a downward spiral in my head of like of everything. Where you have some friends who are starting to feel almost anti-art, some of their opinions. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing about, like... God, I made a post about it on Blue Sky that no one gives a shit about, the Amazing Digital Circus. Because someone was talking about it, and I was like, you know what? What did I even say? It's so insignificant and not important that I shouldn't even read my own... I shouldn't even read my own words. I think I basically said, it's fascinating to me that anyone who focuses on lore in stuff like The Back Rooms or The Amazing Digital Circus, which both movies I watched, they're missing the point of the stories, because both of those are very human stories. And like, I don't care about any of the ancillary stuff except for how it contributes to characters. But people fixate on that online. People fixate on lore, and people fixate on like this thing and that. It's like none of that matters. Literally none of it matters. I know some people feel like, I guess you talk about The Amazing Digital Circus, the first episode, people thought it was going to be more like a mystery show and not what it ended up being. Even if that was always its intention, you know, maybe it was... For me, I watched it all, like, kind of together. So my perception of it is very different. Also, unrelated, I have a coworker who's like 50. He's got white hair. He's got children in college. He's a lovely guy. He watched The Amazing Digital Circus. We were talking about it today a little bit at work, and he wasn't fully happy with the ending, but I was obviously fine with it. But like, it's a thing of like, the floor is a fun side piece, and it can help make coherent and coherent, like, baselines for stories. But a world isn't a story. You only need to, and here's the thing, even if you create a very detailed lore, you don't need to reveal it. It doesn't have to be there. It could be there in the background for your own, you know, completeness, and it'll help you plan things out. But in terms of what you give to the audience, none of that has to be there. The only thing that has to be there, what am I doing? Does anyone know what the fuck is going on? What am I supposed to do here? Am I stupid? I genuinely have no idea. I don't even have a clue. Do I need a barrel or something? Do I have to bring something in from the, like another part of the room? Do I have to like maybe I have to be like maybe I have to hit Luigi. Like with this. Ah, yes, it did. I get it now. I had this idea earlier and I didn't know how I could pull it off. And I was right, but I forgot that there was more. I get it. Okay, yeah, no, I was actually, oddly enough, this was my very first thought, and I didn't know how I could pull it off because I couldn't separate the brothers, so I didn't do it. But I neglected to think about that there was more in this room. I was like, oh yeah, there's you scroll down a little bit, there's something. Okay. Literally my first thought, and I somehow bungled it. Why is Wendy like Hoopa from Pokemon? Basically. Or Hoopla. What is that fucking Pokemon called? I don't remember. They're like, I don't like this movie because it's trying to be subversive to be subversive, or this game plays itself so it's not a game, or this artsy-fartsy, I don't like that kind of thing. So, just... Things can just be things. Things can just be good. Things are designed by people. just fucking watch them and enjoy them. If you don't like it, fucking who cares? But like, people always have to like, I don't know. There's this whole thing about anti-intellectualism these days, where it's like, people are like, oh, I don't, what are you, using big words? Idiot. You read books? Stupid. What are you too good to like just be normal? It's like, what do you mean? What's wrong about it? Engaging in the world and bettering yourself and fucking like, some people wonder if it's targeted. Because a stupid populace is easy to control. That's conspiracy theory stuff. I mean, there's still that fact of like, how is this a trend? I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's sad to me. Ow. Sorry, Wendy. Wendy Koopa. Ah, haha, you died. That makes me... Wow, that was it! Okay, easy. Yeah, they genuinely get good themed works just because the concept of Oscar bait exists. I mean, and that's the funny thing. It's like, I can make fun of stuff, but I shouldn't, because it's, I mean... I could make fun of, like, oh, this movie, for being, like, Oscar bait, but I would probably sit there and watch it and enjoy it, and understand that it's well-structured, well-done movie that hits the right points. You think TDC works for the sake of lore stuff too? Oh, sure, it does. But it's not the majority of it, and if people are disappointed about certain things, I'm like, none of that ever matters. People talk about plot holes. Or like, oh, they didn't explain this, and it's like, they don't need to. That's the one thing, when people say, oh, they didn't explain this, it is like, it is so irrelevant to explain things, because they could just give you an arbitrary thing. Would you feel better if I gave you an arbitrary thing that explains it? That has nothing to do with anything? Would that make you feel better? Instead of just assuming something happened? Like, people want everything explained, and that's fair. But, unless there's just no reasonable explanation for it. But in most cases, it's like, you could just make up something. And then they'd be like, oh, okay. That's fine. Well, you know, when realistically, things matter as they contribute to stories and characters and themes and conveying things. Being effective for whatever they are. So, I don't know, people get fixated on stuff, and maybe it's FNAF, maybe it's cinema sins, maybe there's many root causes, maybe it's none of those, maybe it's just people changing. Maybe it's the advent of you know, quicker dopamine hits that led people to not being developed and not reading books as a kid because they got the devices. I hamper on about reading, but I think it is genuinely very important, and more than even people seem to think. It's not just, it's for everything. You learn to read and engage and critically look at things, and people aren't learning to read. Not as in they don't know what the words mean, but as they don't know how to, like, comprehend it and interpret things. Not just in a book, but anything. You're reading an email and you're not getting the text or the subtext. That's bad. Apparently, reports of people of children just, or like even like younger adults, reading a text, like maybe from an email or a form, for example, that they need to fill out because they're an adult and they have to fill out forms for things, where they'll just give up partway through and ask someone, hey, can you tell me how to do this? Like, are you incapable of understanding things? Like, you just give up? You can't read a thing? An unwillingness to change or learn. It's a similar case of like my grandma never had to do a lot of things because my grandpa took care of everything. So now that my grandpa died, my grandma had to learn how to do things, and she's not like good at it. And a part of it is like almost an unwillingness to try because she never had to, and so it's just like it's almost like it doesn't occur to her that she can just look things up or try to learn things herself, which is interesting. And I feel like a lot of people are that way, or becoming that way. It's like you have to be able to try, you know, you have to be able to do things on your own and learn and attempt to figure things out. And that's a big part of what reading gets you. You're reading a text and you're understanding and learning, and like, I pick up so much from reading a book and reading characters, and I'm picking up subtext and reading a book for the second time, and I'm like, oh my god, this conveys this, and this is a little bit here, and this is a hint there, and this is, and I'm enjoying it. Like when I'm talking about like why I love the Wheel of Time so much, because when I'm reading it, I'm like, there's so much here. Like, the first book, you read it, and I'm like, that's whatever. And now going back and reading it, I'm like, oh my god, all of this set up this, and that set up that, and this means this, and that means that, and these characters come back there, and there's so much to pick up on. And it's amazing. And I love that stuff, but... And here's the thing, it's a skill. It is not a thing you can just do and not do. That's the one part of, like, intellectualism, is people are acting as if they just can't do things because they can. Not realizing that, much like literally everything else in life, reading is a skill. You get better at it. And you can't just start by, like, reading something difficult, the same way you can't just, like, I don't know, do anything too difficult in a skill. You can't just, like, model, like, let's say you start 3D modeling, and you start by, like, I'm going to do picture-level quality model. It's like, no, you can't do that. You have to start by something that's achievable. Just like that. I'm not saying you should start, like, if you haven't read in a while, read children's books. But partly, maybe. Read something that's a little lower level, that's still interesting and engaging to you. And then work your way up, because that's how you do anything. That is how you do anything. But I think there's this idea that you read as a kid, and then now you know how to read. And that's enough. When that's not really what literacy means. And I think people just, therefore, try to read things that they kind of can't and get very frustrated at it, and then give up. Or think they're stupid when they're not. And I think it's a way, a lot of times, it's how things are presented to people. And assumptions we make that can lead people to not be able to do things very well. We portrayed things differently, then maybe people wouldn't feel so bad about it, but... sorry, we're getting deep here, but... Okay, Mario, you don't have to fucking moan and groan and then die on me, please. But these are things I am passionate about, and I do give a shit. It'd be one thing if they could kindly turn the other way, enjoy their own speed of things. It's not, I mean, but that still wouldn't make it less frustrating to me, because it's just an abject denial of progress and humanity and everything people have been working for a very long time to me. It gets territorial, like the reviewers will say something like Mario movie is bad. I mean, even then, like, what is the goal of the Mario movie? It's not a good story, because there's not much that happens. It is a linear series of events that somehow connect, and sometimes don't, but just happen. It is pretty, and it is fun, and there's not much to think about there. And maybe that's not its intent. And of course, maybe if children had better media, maybe they would learn more to engage with stories. Who knows? But, But yeah, anyone who's like, oh, this is great, and maybe as a kid I would have loved it. Who knows? It's very hard to say. Oh. What? 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 Won't be so bold to say how it's taught needs to change. But man, did I not care about examining Catcher in the Rye, but I enjoy someone telling me about Deltarune character themes. I mean, here's the thing. There are plenty of books I didn't care about reading in class. Plenty I do now. Ironically, I like reading more classics nowadays than I did in school. But also, I like reading in school. It greatly depends. I liked to read. And that's because I read a lot outside of school. And maybe that's because I had available. Maybe I couldn't just play games or be on my phone constantly. And I needed stuff to spend time, and I read books, and I liked reading, and I still do. Because I learned how engaging a story can be. The fuck am I... Oh. Oh, okay. I had no clue what I was doing here. Oh, wait a second. Am I gonna... Can I ram this? Wait, let me just do this quickly. Just break these first and foremost, and then come back. And I get someone not liking that about the Mario, and it's so fair that the reviewer doesn't like it, but then fans are like, oh, intellectuals and their sticky opinions. Well, all things... Yeah, I know. All things should be basic and simple and dumb, because I'm dumb and I'm a fucking moron. Sorry, and now I'm getting heated at people who don't deserve it, but, it is kind of that way, where it's like, listen... Like, it's not a good story. There are good aspects to it, and that's why reviews should be nuanced. I could say that I like it because it's pretty, and I like it that it has the music and its characters that I like. But in terms of telling an engaging, good story, it doesn't. It tells, like, the ghost of a story. There's, like, you could flesh out every one of the moments in the movie and make it a story. But you didn't. It's like you could see how they could have had a story there, and they didn't. That is the movie version of a plot synopsis, with all of the characterization stripped out. And yes, it does it a lot, where it's like, this is a clear and obvious setup that most people will do. You watch a movie and you're like, I understand how movies work. I've seen movies. I know how stories are structured. I know what they should do here. And then it doesn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't do the thing that you know that stories should do when they go to this moment and they have this character and they have this interaction. It's like, what do you want, you know, what do you want from us? Why do you even bother if you're not gonna like follow through with the clear setup there, which was very amusing to me. That's what I mean by when I say it's like a ghost of a story. Where it's like it feels like all the elements are there. They just chose not to have them for some reason. For some very bizarre reason, they just chose not to have them. I wonder if I should have gone the other way. And again, I'm not like whatever. Mario movie is just a nothing. I don't hate it. I enjoy it for what it is. A pretty visual spectacle with haha, I like Mario. And that's it. I mean, but it's funny. It's like even fables are better, because at least fables, fairy tales sometimes have morals. They don't always. Sometimes they don't. Like you could look at like the Cat in the Hat movie that everyone fucking hates. At least there is a character moral there. There is characters, and they have flaws, and they're upset, and their parents don't listen to them, and this happens, and they don't get along, and then they grow as characters, and they come together as siblings, and they clean up, and you learn a lesson, and things turn for the better by the end of it, and everyone's relationship improves. You know, there's, for a shitty kids movie like the Cat in the Hat movie, we start the live action one specifically with Mike Myers. Like, oh wait, no, there's the the standard stuff, normal stuff. And all of that is missing from the Mario movie. And my thought about that is almost as if they wanted to keep it as milquetoast as possible, because they don't want to alienate, like, they don't want to like ruin the Mario brand by making them too interesting. Like, oh, we can't have Mario be more interesting. It's not Mario then. You can't have too much going on. What? Playing fucking Pong? What's going on? Yes, we are. Mario Kart music. Ooh. That's all people really wanted, to be honest, from that. Even though I don't really use the the music app very often. I think, honestly, the most I've used it is if it's like if I don't want to, like, have a video on it. And I want, like, it's like a rainy day, maybe. I'll put on, like, the Animal Crossing hour-by-hour playlist. So it's like, oh, I'm just living life with the Animal Crossing music, and the time's changing. Which is fun.
Let's go.
I can't go through. Get the fuck out of there, Luigi. Thank you.
Alright. Let's go.
But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, it's just with anything. I just like, I don't know. It's very frustrating. Like, it's not just movies. It's not just games. And it's everything. Even games. Like, what is the intention behind this? That's why when I'm talking about game design, I'm thinking about, like, what does this give us? Nothing is objectively good or bad, but most things are thought out, I think, is the thing. Most things aren't just done for the aesthetics. Most things aren't just done for the vibes. They're done for reasons. Gameplay-wise. And it's not that different from analysis of anything. Where it's like, okay, why was this done? Why did they choose to do this? And oftentimes there's more reasons than people think. And even if you speculate and you don't know, but it's like when you talk about the game design of like Skyward Sword, where it's documented that they had this very specific design methodology about reusing areas and making dense areas. That was the whole thing, density, which is something that I've talked about before, not being universally well liked. That's one of the make or break aspects of Phantom Hourglass, is the one dungeon you keep going back to again and again, but each time you go, you're different, so therefore the dungeon is different. And a lot of people fucking hate that dungeon. It's a similar case where it's like, oh, you go back to all the areas that you went back to already in Skyward Sword, but now things are different, things have changed. So everything was, these areas were there the whole time, but now that you have new skills and now that things have shifted, maybe there's water now, the whole area's changed. And it wasn't just like, oh, I want to reuse assets or anything like that. It was intentional. And it's actually quite interesting. There's reasons for all the design decisions, whether it worked out or not, or whether people liked them or not. It was ambitious in attempts. And most people just look at a design in a game and think, wow, look, they're fucking stupid. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? I know, I saw your post, I didn't read all of it, but I am in the same zone where, like, fundamentally, and that's why I always talk about psychology when it comes to game design, because it makes a difference. And you notice that with Skyward Sword, where it makes a difference if you can walk around the world between places. The world is not that big. It's not like you waste that much time going there, but the act of going to different places cements that they're different in your mind. It makes the idea that it's a cohesive world stick. Even some people think that games have to be good. They have to give you things to do. I have to interact with every single thing, and I have to get little toys, and I see that sometimes. I feel that way sometimes about collectibles. But if you stuff your game full of shit to do and things to do, then it's not a world. It is a sandbox. It is a sandbox full of sand and toys hidden in the sand that you can dig through with a little trowel. And it depends on what you're trying to do. A part of me feels that way about Tears of the Kingdom, and I love Tears of the Kingdom. I literally did everything in it except for the Korax. Got every shrine, I did every light route, all that shit. But, like, that world didn't feel as much like a world to explore as much as it felt like here's a various points of interest. Here's caves. Caves have stuff to do, and they give me toys and collectibles. Whereas Breath of the Wild, I was like, this is a world. Even if there's not things to do, I just want to see what's around the next corner. And I want to see this cool tower, and I want to see this old ruin, and I still wish there was more to do there. I still acknowledge that. And maybe there's a better balance, but, like, fundamentally speaking, there's reasons these things imbue you with things. If there was, like, a challenge every 2 feet in Hyrule Field, and then and it's like, it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. It won't be the same. And maybe some people like that more because they just want a list of challenges to do, but it's fundamentally different. Which is both not, yeah, there's an art to loading screens. Hell, I was talking about the opening screen to the Ocarina of Time being so much more cinematic than the modern games, where you have Link coming across the hill and the music starts playing and you see him riding around. In modern games, on like the Switch, you just see like a static image of like Link drawn, and it's like, that's pretty. So not cinematic though. It's so not getting me in the mood at all. Ocarina of Time's loading screen, opening screen is like a trillion times better. Hell, even other games like Wind Waker's got the nice ambiance of the wind, and like you see the ocean. It's not as good as Ocarina of Time, but it's still pretty good. It is so effective, and it's like they just don't do anything like that anymore. It's unique, and honestly, Zelda Ocarina of Time might be the most cinematic Zelda game. Maybe Twilight Princess is the second one. Weirdly enough, but it does a lot. It really does a lot with the camera and a lot with the moments when it has it. It is actually a good fit for a remake, I think. Hyrule Field is this huge adventurous potential, but it's sad and lonely. It helps with the character, because you're Link, and you're on this adventure alone, and you're experiencing stuff, and you have no one to connect to. And as you become an adult, everything's changed, and everything's different, and everything's cold and dark and lonely. It works with the themes. Links together, and it gives you breathing time. And you wouldn't want it more dense because it's nice that there's a time between points. You wouldn't want it bigger because I got to get across foot. Now here's the thing: if they make it bigger and add more stuff, it could still feel similarly. But yes, it would be then the amount of time it would take to get across would be different. It's hard. It's a hard thing to manage. I have fury. At last, my entrance with drama. So I need a fisherman's friend because my throat hurts. I get it too. It's not always going to have that magic. Some younger players might get lost and have to cross over multiple times. I mean, that's part of the magic too. You don't know what to do and where to go. But it's not so big that it's actually too irritating. Veteran players have things to do and have already played the game a couple of times, but sometimes things are made for that happy middle zone. Oh, absolutely. And I've watched people play that game completely blind, spoiler-free, without looking things up, and it's very interesting. But yeah, you've left your society, your guardian, and you said goodbye to your best friend. It's harsh. And TP went bigger, but they give you the horse right away. And there's still not much to do in TP. I never spent time exploring it, but I liked it. I thought it was neat. You have this big field, and you have these enemies, and they connect the world. They make the world feel like a world. It doesn't matter if, functionally speaking, you could just have, like, a house with 6 doors, and each door leads to one of the areas in the game. That's not better than having a field. The field gives it the fact that it's a world instead of a hub. Like, functionally speaking, like, Skyward Sword isn't that different. Realistically speaking, it's not. They chose to do a sky, and it kind of abstracts that idea of an open field connecting the areas. But many people felt worse. Even though it's not that different, fundamentally it feels worse because it makes it not feel connected. It doesn't feel like a world. Even though realistically, that's all it is. It's all it is. It's the same thing, just abstracted out.
Finally, now is the time where my true might shines, like many hungry sunbeams of rage.
Is that your? Did you just flash us with the Mina the Hollower outfit, or the Silksong outfit?
Standing at the spotlight, living in the limelight, the universal dream for those who wish to see, those who wish to be, must put aside their ancient anger, alienation, give up with the fascination.
Give up with the fascination, the real relation.
The underlying scheme.
Sorry, I'm quoting Rush.
Gallop spectacularity. My nerves are nervous. But now that I'm thinking, Cackleta's...
Wait, they misspelled That's not how you spell Cackleta. There's supposed to be a C in there. Fucking typo in a 20-year-old game. I can't believe it.
Cackleta's revival was all thanks to my quite nasty efforts. Which means that all this time I am Fawful, who is just a toady, such working all for others. And that means this true meaning of our battle gives me fear and confusion. I need no long speech before this battle, which is now be mighty. Snack on my wrath for fink rats.
Dude, he's got a fucking antenna. What the hell? You wish you liked the sky more? You love the idea, but it feels empty for how big it is and how the movement isn't that exciting. I mean, I think part of it was intentional, if I recall some of the, like, the Awada-esque design docs for it, but, I don't remember the specifics. And it's not, here, functionally speaking, it's not that long to get from the center hub down to the floor. Like, it's very quick. All of the holes in the sky are very close to the center world. So it's not like it's a big deal to get there. I don't even see how much the damage that did. I couldn't see. Ow, asshole. You wanted more excitement for option exploring? No, it's true. I mean, but it manages to. It's funny how it manages to feel worse than like what it could have been. What do I do here? I don't know. Like lightning? Maybe. Maybe that's the answer. Now I eat what? Oh, dude, it's that one boss. It's, a Baronade. Which I was watching someone play Wind Waker, and I didn't realize that they just took the Baronade boss fight and brought it directly into Wind Waker. Like, they just redid that fight. They just completely redid that fight. Slightly differently.
It is the overheat!
Completely missed that somehow. But they do. One of, like, the Dragon Roost, not the Dragon Roost. The, Forest Haven boss is literally just Baronade, but it's a bug instead of a jellyfish. I believe, if my recollection's correct. Which it might not be, I mean, I'm a poor memory man. Wanted to do more up there, Skies of Arcadia made the slut from Skyline stuff. I mean, you could say that about the Sky, but fucking, Tears of the Kingdom. Its big selling point was, we got Sky Islands. And, like, there were, like, 10, maybe 5. And the majority of them weren't that good. Because they were all, like, the copies of each other. It was neat, and I spent a lot of time up there. Obviously, I did every Sky Island, because there's not that many. But it's like, you kind of would have thought, like, it was, like, the majority of the game, and it really wasn't. And because there were so many kind of duplicates, it was like, ah, it's fine. Can you not fly like an eagle?
Mario!
Fly like an eagle through the sky. That's Iron Maiden. Feels like we can do this the way we wanted to do it in terms of the boomerang use. I guess that's true. Again, I'm watching someone play Wind Waker, I'm like, oh, this game is great. But also, I'm also seeing a lot of the flaws in the game. That's the funny thing about watching someone play through a game blind and seeing these things again, revisiting them. It's like, Wind Waker has a lot of flaws, and some of it is because it's, you know, it was cut content and it was slow getting around, but it's not like... A lot of the extra stuff isn't maybe not always that fun. There's some weirdness. Like, people say it's the favorite, and it's so cool that you can explore. Like, it's arguably one of the most open Zelda games. Just go on a boat and go anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter that it's, again, segmented islands. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like you're exploring a fucking world. And talk about how it makes you feel, not about the objective fact about what it actually is. God damn it.
Luigi!
Doing very poorly on this fight. I should lock in. The vibes are great. The implied disaster that happened up there is super cool. There were some neat gimmicks, but so much of it feels painfully optional and too similar to other spots. That's true. I also don't really give a shit about a lot of the lore. Which is sad, because I think you can do lore interestingly. But it feels like they didn't tell us enough about the Zonai or make it interesting enough. A lot of it was just the story of Zelda in the past. Which again, like Breath of the Wild, it's so ham-fisted that you know exactly what's going to fucking happen before it happens. It didn't stop the impact. Like, when it happened, the revelation of what was going to happen was like, oh my god. But it's still, like, it's not subtle. Just kill me. Just kill. I might as well die. I was so early into this fight that, honestly, I'm not going to make much progress. I wonder if fire would help. Just shoot me. It'd be quicker. Evening, broski. What time is it? Is it evening? It is 9:30 p.m.
Mamma mia!
Evening.
Let's go!
Hopefully your day is going tremendously. If not swimmingly. If not shittily, but, you know, hopefully it's not. There are little differences. Bear Native Ocarina Time is more of the carousel thing. Oh, no, they're absolutely different, but fundamentally it's the same idea. I don't know. I'm actually really, like, the more I think about, like, the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom stories, I'm so upset that they're just not very good. And I don't mean that in such a negative way, but they're not very good. They're not bad, functionally, they're not terrible. But, like, I mean, even if you look at an older game, I think the older games are better. Like, I think they are better in terms of how they can tell a story. Maybe it's more about, like, again, it's about having the bones of a story in there, but the execution of how you tell it is important too. Like, fundamentally, the story they're trying to tell, I get it, and it could be very good and compelling. But maybe the way they're trying to convey shit doesn't work very well for me. It's stilted, maybe the voice acting doesn't help, maybe the specific, like, setting, maybe the cutscenes aren't very engaging, I don't know. Maybe they need, like, cinematic directors or something. Or, I don't know, maybe it's just modern era, it's just difficult to do. I'm sure other games that are, like, the quote-unquote Sony cinematic games, maybe aren't always as cinematic for me either. Like, looking at, like, the 2 hours of fucking cutscene in the God of War Laufey, it's like, I'm sure I would enjoy this, but this isn't actually that engaging to me story-wise. Our aspects of it are, but the actual how it's being done, I'm like, do I care? Maybe a little bit, but, like... Maybe, that might be my personal preferences. I think it's better to do something simple. Simple can be effective. Simple can be very effective. Don't overstate your welcome. But no, but it is funny how much DNA you can see from Ocarina of Time just leaked into Wind Waker. And then leaked into, like, everything else. Other thing about Wind Waker I noticed is they give you a lot of... I mean, they could have fit, like, 3 more dungeons. Or, like, more. Like, you just, like, you get the fire and ice arrows, as soon as you can teleport, which you get as soon as you get Tower of the Gods. So you Tower of Gods, finish, you get the Warp Plate, you get the Fire and Ice Arrows, which I guess you can use on, like, they're not really mini dungeons as much as they're like 2 small challenge rooms to get the Iron Boots and the Wrist of Power. So that's like, you beat the Tower of the Gods, you immediately can get 5 items, 2 of which you do need. Well, actually, all those you need. But things that you would normally get in a dungeon, you can just get outside in the world very quickly, which is like the majority of your items. And then, like, doing like the Deku area, or not the Deku area, but the Korok area, you get the leaf, and then you also get fucking another item. What do you even get in that dungeon? You do get 2 items in that dungeon. I don't remember the second one somehow. Boomerang. Like they give you items so quickly, and then there's so many things like treasure chests and extra challenges that just give you like money. And I know why they give you money, because you're gonna need them for the Triforce chart. But it's like you get so much shit that like isn't like it. That's a game that has a big problem of it doesn't feel like any of the rewards are ever worth doing anything for. Which can be a common problem in Zelda games, but you know, there's enough. Some games handle it better. Where it's like you do feel like doing these things give you sufficient reward to make it worth it. Before you just start ignoring challenges. That's the thing. There becomes a time where it's like you're just gonna start ignoring challenges because they're not good. Oh man, Luigi. Like, why do I want to do treasure charts? All they're gonna do is give me money. Until you have to. Then it's different, but like, I don't know. Games are so fucking complicated. They're so complicated in terms of making a good and interesting and engaging thing. Because there's so many ways you can fall flat. There's so many things that you can do that will compromise other things. It's a fucking miracle that any games happen that are good. And, I mean, the more scaled down and the more focused you get on very specific things, maybe the better it works out. But, like, god damn, is it difficult to make a good game. Especially something that's ambitious and open. Because there's too many areas where it can just fucking fall flat. Fall flat. Funny. Oh my goodness. Please don't shoot me again. Please don't laugh in my face. What? What is this? Oh no! Sorry. That sucks. Alright, let's probably... I don't know. Somehow, always, it just fucking devolves back to I'm talking about Zelda again, you know? There's a fucking, like, there's a dent in my brain. That's how the cookie crumbles. Unrelated, but I had, we had lunch. I had ramen today. It wasn't great. They gave us a free, like, Dragon Ball pin if you eat this ramen, so I got it. I gave it to my coworker because she wanted it, because I didn't care. I didn't watch Dragon Ball. But we had lunch with one of the people who was fired the other day, because he's doing well. He's doing nice. That's what we usually do. Because if we like the person who got fired, we're still gonna like talk to him and check on him. But it's unfortunate, you know. I hope everyone's gonna do as well as they can. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but he was just about to go on vacation. So I guess now he can be thinking about, I'm on vacation, but as soon as I get back I have to job hunt. Or it's the fact that he was already planning on taking time off, so now it's like, now he doesn't have to worry about coming back to work, I don't know. But like now, like, he's immediately like, yeah, I have vacation planned. And they're paying, they have like severance, and he's technically not, you know, he's still an employee, technically speaking, he's just not working anymore. But, I do find that funny. It's unfortunate timing, to say the least. Like, you don't want to be like... I've had people have stories of like, oh yeah, I was like a week, you know, from going on vacation, and my landlord said I have to be out in a month. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna get back and have 2 weeks to move out. That shit sucks. I know that the result will be the same. What the fuck do you want me to do, gamer? I can't like hate you, so there's nothing to do here. Except wait. Wait. People at all crossings. Now moving at all crossings. Sorry. There used to be this four-way crossing in my college town that everyone knows because it was a speaking one. It was out loud. Now going at all crossings. It was very loud. And then it would count on 19, 18, and whatever. But it was such a distinct voice that we all knew it and we all memorized it. Alright, so every time we would walk down the street, anywhere, we would just be like, fuck! Stop it! Sorry, I actually need to lock in. I'm doing horrible right now. And I'm so not clued into this game that I'm like actually eating shit. Which probably means I'm not beating this tonight, maybe, because there's probably more to this than I realize. I mean, I could just stay for longer. I don't know if I want to do that though, but here, you feed your brother forcefully, and you do this. And I thought I was gonna beat this game like 3 streams ago, unironically, and I'm still streaming this game. It's a game that never ends. I keep fucking that up. That's how I know that I'm like out of it. Buffalo, can you stop flapping your fucking wings, dude? Listen, I know you're an icon and all that, but like, Jesus. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say that during Pride Month. You can flap your wings as much as you want, my man, but like... You did kill my fucking brother, so I don't know if that makes it acceptable. Sorry, I just... In the back of my head, I started thinking about a very specific thing of internet discourse I was seeing today, and I'm like, I shouldn't be thinking about internet discourse. That is just not a good way to spend your brain power. It was amazing Digital Circus discourse, because of course it is. Because of course that show has fucking discourse every fucking day of its life. Oh. Luigi, you serious, dude? This is actually a very complicated, not complicated situation, but it's a fundamental, weird, nuanced conversation that there's no right answer to, which means everyone's angry at it. So there is this ongoing discussion, not just with the Amazing Digital Circus, but in media in general, of how should you treat characters. Characters are characters, characters are not people, people are not characters. But for example, do you treat characters when you refer to them with respect, but not people? But why wouldn't you? Inherently, just for whatever reason, I don't know. And the impetus comes because some people, obviously, I guess spoilers for like the Amazing Digital Circus and for the last act. I'm gonna say that outright so I can talk freely and not have to worry. The very obvious subtext of what do you call it? Jax being trans and you know, probably closeted, or just unwilling to share it, unwilling to be open about it to anybody. Potentially, among other things. So now there's like big discourse about like, what pronouns do you use to refer to Jax? And it's like, well, I mean, what pronouns does Jax go by? You don't call people by pronouns unless they tell you to. You use the ones they want you to. And by all accounts, Jax would use he, him, because he doesn't want to. He's not open about any of it. And people are like, well, you shouldn't do that. It would be disrespectful. And then other people are like, well, he's a character. I could call him whatever I want. But I mean, you look at that, and then there's also the exact same people who would also refer to, you know, if you talk about Chris and Deltarune. Obviously, Chris is non-binary. It's they, them, right? And I always try to be astute about that. And I do that. I mean, I know Chris is a character. He's not. They're not real. But I'm still gonna like try to refer to them in the correct way that they're known by. There's no reason not to. But like, I don't. It's like this weird discussion now that's happening about how do you refer to characters? How do you treat them if they're characters? I mean, I thought like you could still refer to them in the way they want to. And it's like it's not even a question of like Jax being trans. It's more of a question of if you're talking about the character themselves, how would they refer to themselves? It's irrelevant to what they are. It's more relevant of what they want. Oh god damn it, Mario's dead. And I'm Jesus fucking Christ, I'm dead again. There's like no right answer here, because there's no way you win by anybody, because somebody's gonna be like, well, you're their character, so I can call them whatever I want. And in their head, they're doing it in the way that makes sense to them, and it's like, I don't know, man. This fight it doesn't suck. This fight's just hard, and I'm not paying attention. I'm not gonna say this fight sucks. This fight it's probably fine. I'm probably just bad. But it's like, how do we get to this point where like everyone can just shout at each other and there's no answer and nobody can calm down? But I mean, I don't know. Like, I know Chris is a character, but I'm not gonna intentionally call a character by something that they're not. I guess you can, but other people would call you out for being shit for that. I wouldn't. It's just, why would I do that? But I think that honestly, the thing it boils down to is that there's too many people that are fans of things that are too aggressive about things that they can't agree on. Instead of letting it go and understanding that there's no right answer here, you can do whatever you want.
Let's go.
It really doesn't matter. I would call them differently than you would probably, but that's fair. Because if they're characters, I'm seeing the character differently than you are in the moment. I'm seeing them as they are, not as they could be or whatever. But it's like, do people have to fight about everything? I know things are complicated, but like, do we have to fight about every goddamn thing in the world? I hate you. I hate you, Fawful. But it's like the show is, and it's funny to me because the show is over. And I left this movie so positively, so like genuinely happy about things, generally speaking. I mean, it's like a thing that fucking changes your mind a little bit. Any movie I watch, my fucking brain shifts a little bit. It's like, oh shit. Whether the message, whether I'm ready for that kind of message or not, it's still there and it's still, it's still given to me. It gives me things to think about. And again, I can't say I was ever a part of like a fandom, and I know that's a big thing for many people. I don't even like the word at this point because it has such baggage of being in a fandom. What does that mean? You're just a fan of a thing in a more social way? I was never one. Like, I loved Zelda as a kid, but I wasn't in the Zelda fandom. I just liked Zelda. And that's kind of where that was it. That's where I drew the line, But it seems like for other people, it's like it's just this fucking so complicated and fraught with peril that maybe I'm glad I don't engage with these characters more than on the level of I watched it and I enjoyed it, Because what else would it lead to but nothing but despair. Oh man. I don't know. I mean, a part of me is like, fandoms, I'm very dismissive of a fandom. In fact, there's probably like very nice groups and people probably made friends and entered into like good relationships with people in their lives because of that thing. Things I could have done if I was more outgoing as a kid, on the internet at least. Because there are Zelda fan forums and stuff, but like, which I had an account on the Zelda fan forums, but I didn't get into it till way later. And at that point, forums were basically dead. And also, everybody who was on there, who was still on there, have known each other for like a long time. So of course you can't really break into that kind of clique of people who just know each other. It's like, oh, I'm not getting in there. That's not happening. Oh god damn it! Oh man! Every time someone dies.
Luigi.
Maybe I'll use a. I don't want to use a super. I should, but it sucks because 90% of a fandom can be really good stuff. I mean, what does it even mean? What is a fandom? Is it just groups of people who like a thing? Because I like things. I engage in media. I just don't post about it, really, because I don't know what I would say. Really bad loud corner of them. I think those pre-airing death threats were 50% bad actors. But like, I mean, I love Deltarune and I love Undertale dearly, obviously, but I don't engage with it other than like playing it myself, and maybe occasional memes. And I guess I'm not active in the fan space. I don't know what I would do or create or make. It's usually very, for me, it's almost like it's very creation based, where it's like you're making fan art, or you're making stories or theories, or you're like, that's how you're engaging with it as a fan. But I can't do that. But I'm not an artist, so I guess inherently that's not like a thing I do. Oh, I hate you. God, you literally just dive and do like 60 damage and kill my brother. What the fuck is wrong with you? It does feel very... I mean, I guess it's a nice thing in the fact that it feels very creation-based. But there's also inherently a lot of dialogue, too. Like, oh, we're chatting. It's a bit in what active means. Maybe you're part of it, even if you're lurking in fan space. Maybe it only counts if you speak about it. I feel like it has to be some form of communication. And I don't know, I guess usually there's like a central location for congregation. Maybe. Please. Please. Okay, we're still alive, which is a fucking change. But that's not always the case. But you go to like the r/Homestuck subreddit. Don't do that. I guess it's fine now that Homestuck is dead, I guess. Who knows? But like I could have, for example, imagine if I was in the Homestuck fandom, as someone who has read Homestuck and likes it. I'm willing to say that. Oh, Luigi's dead. Oh man. Oh, fuck you! Fucking Jesus Christ!
Mamma mia.
This is hard, man.
Let's go.
I am a Homestuck fan. I can't say I'm not. I will say, I mean, inherently speaking, because of how I got into it, I don't know it as well as fandom fans. I think fandom fans engage in it so much and repeatedly and so intensively that they know every little aspect of it. It's like, I don't, for most things. Even Homestuck, it's like, there's so much that I forgot or missed, and I've only read it fully once. There's some things I've read more than once, but most of it I've only read once. I gotta redo this fight again. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But it's like how I'm still, like the thing about, like, oh, the Deltarune thing I noticed the other day. It's like, maybe I knew that, maybe I encountered that before, maybe I didn't, maybe I forgot about it. But I don't have, like, a whiteboard with every single, piece of the data, like, redlined together. Maybe if I did, I could make a godlike theory of it.
Let's go.
That's not contrived. Although even my theory is just fan fiction. Dude, the two Gaster theories is based. Everybody knows it to be true. You're streaming Homestuck and talking about others about it might put you in the fan. Oh, that was Hive Swap. That's different. That is the Kickstarter by Hussey, which I think it failed. It didn't fail, it succeeded, but they like bought into a bad company who kind of stole some money and they never finished it. Now they're doing Chapter 3 finally, after like fucking 6 years, which means I can finally stream Chapter 3 of Hive Swap next year. I think Toby Fox actually came back for music because he's credited on it. Unless it's songs that he did before, like 6 years ago, who knows. So I recognize knowing it, but it's just a piece of evidence I have nowhere to fit it. Yeah, you noticed it. I mean, for me, my immediate thought was that drives in a huge theory of the man is not a darkener. He's not in the dark world. He's nowhere. He's everywhere. He's in the light world and the dark world. He's a presence. He's not an entity existing in which in my mind is like he's Gaster or a part of him or something. He's in the game, not in the worlds. He's in the game itself. That was my theory. Now I still think that way. That's the one thing it drives me to. That is the one thing that drives me to, is that the fact that he is a part of this game in ways that don't make sense unless he is a part of the game, quote unquote, and not a part of, like, you know, these specific areas in the game. Which, I mean, there's theories behind that. Fuck, there's theories about, like, the fucking weird things in the source code, which I don't know if is right to pull in. Where it's like, oh, there's like a quotes from people like stuck in the game code, and there's the deer sprite and all that other shit about like maybe Des is trapped in the game too. All that stuff where it's like, I don't know if that should be a part of it. I don't know how I feel about that kind of a thing. Where it's like, it's not in the game itself, so does that count for theories? I don't know. I think quotes are valid because it's a continued story. I suppose it's true, I don't know. I mean, I think in this case where it is essentially a meta story, in many ways, like it is a game about a game within a game in many aspects, or that seems to be what it's leading towards. There's that the existence of the game and the code might be a part of the story as much as the game itself. If the game itself, which is referenced in the title of the game as my Deltarune, my creation, my Dune, then maybe I don't know. That would work from a theoretical perspective, although it gets very complicated as what is this entity we're playing as? Not I don't mean character. I mean like literally, what is this game? Is the game the game? Is the game the code itself? Is the game everything? We're playing everything. Oh, I hate you. I hate you! Don't smile at me, Fawful. You're mocking me. Your smug aura mocks me, and it actually irritates me to a degree I can't even utter. You know what I mean? Bampton quotes it once, or it might be quoting but phoning it in. But I think it's important. It might be like Gash or some Undertale. Met extra stuff. I think inherently whoever the secret man ends up being, I don't think him being Gaster would make it not special. Because the game starts with you make a vessel and a guy's talking to you. Who is that guy? You know what I mean? Like, inherently speaking, we have a character who's shown up here, shown up at the halfway point. So even if you start this game fresh, you know there's a character, you just don't know his name. If that... Oh, you know, I know you're talking about the voice in the code, but fair enough. I have no idea who the voice in the code is. That might just be extra stuff, but... Yes, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I gotta use the restroom. Give me 2 seconds. I do think Gaster is some more important this time around. Again, but I think he can be important if he's ending up as one of these characters. Sorry, I know I used the restroom. I'm back. Sorry, I just dove right back in. But like inherently speaking, we have this unnamed character who's doing stuff and talking to us directly. That even if you don't know who Gaster is and haven't played Undertale, that character still has a role and a relevance. So I think it's actually completely fine that if he's named Gaster, because then it's just cool for people who played Undertale. Please, I'm dead. Fuck! I hate this fight. Because currently our character is just unnamed. Is unnamed, so if we give him the name Gaster, that fulfills people's fantasies of what Undertale is, and then just gives a name to a character. In context and story. Because there is setup. We have this guy who's talking about mysterious things, and there's a reference to like someone who's talking to all of our you know, freaks who give us shards, and the darker yet darker, and the garbage noise, and the, you know, there's stuff set up not just in Undertale, but in Deltarune specifically. Even if we didn't know about Gaster, we would be like, there's connections between all of these things. That's very interesting. These repeated phrases, this song, this weird garbage noise that keeps getting referenced. Just ignoring the Undertale fact, we know that. He could be named anything. He could be named, you know, Freddy Freaker. Like, guys, Freddy Freaker made Deltarune. He's there. He fell into, like, I don't know. So if they explore that and they tell a story, it's just an unresolved thing. But I think maybe the story was fleshed out more in Undertale, potentially, as some aspect, or just like a setup in various amounts. which means that the code text is actually set up for Toby Fox's third game after Deltarune finishes his. Duntara. I don't know. I can't think of another anagram of Deltarune. I have no idea. I'd have to look at the word. There might, maybe there is. Maybe there's another anagram of Deltarune that you know is bonkers. Nut dealer. Oh shit. Oh my god. You know what? Animals like eating like nuts, pine nuts, like trees, like maybe deers. Deers eat nuts, pine nuts in the forest. It's true. Acorns, the other shit. It's all connected. I hate this fight. This fight is hard and I'm tired. You know, I did really well the other day doing like I just wanted to fight the Roaring Knight again because I was having fun. I was like, I like the Roaring Knight. I wanted like a Roaring Knight simulator, like there's a sand simulator online, which actually I just booted up my Switch and like pulled in the Chapter 3 save file I already had just so I could refight the fight, which is psychopath behavior, I know. But this fight, I'm like, I'm not having fun with this, man. Dr. Natul. That's how. Dr. Natul, he's the real. Gosh, there's not real. It's the real. He's in the bunker. He was very clever. He's like, I'm gonna make a game named after myself, Dr. Natul. Can you fucking stop laughing at me, man? Unrelated? Unaltered? Is that real? Wait. D-E... Yes, wait. Yes. Fuck, you know what that means? That's because Deltarune and Undertale are unrelated and unaltered. They're nothing. That proves it. There's nothing. There's no connecting threads. They're so distinct that it doesn't matter. They're not connected. God, you've proven it. Fuck. And here I was thinking that they were like, you know, a matched set. Two sides of the same coin. Deal tuner. That could be a Spamton. Oh fuck, Deal Tuner is a great idea. That is a great ship name. That'd be a fun idea to have every ship name have to be based on the name Deltarune somehow. Fucking terrible idea, but it's a great idea. Please let me win this one. Maybe I should bookend a whole fucking like stream for the final boss. I shouldn't do that because it probably won't actually be 2 hours. And then I'll just have like, I guess I'm done. I'll edit the streams together, who knows, and play something else. Oh, he hates you. See, I wonder if he always had the name Deltarune picked out. And how did that lead into him making Undertale? Was it a coincidence? Like, what evolved? How did the... Oh, come on. Really? I'm dead again. I'm dead. I've lost the fight. I've immediately lost the fight. Deal Tuner. Nut Dealer's the nutty crazy Jevil and the shopkeeper Sham. Learn Duet! The weird thing is Deltarune at URL. Oh, no. Deltarune was his first game. But did he think, okay, I want to do Undertale as my first project. Should I name it to be similar? On purpose? And leave hints about my future game in there? Because, again, Deltarune was the game he always wanted. Which is why I think any hints to Deltarune and Undertale are fair. Because he already knew what Deltarune was going to be. It's not like he came up with it after the fact. He had this idea and then put it into his games. Undertale is Cave Story. Yeah, it's true. Weird, wacky coincidence. It is funny when you watch like the anniversary video and it's like, oh, this stuff we just made up. Which makes you think about what stuff was planned. Because there's plenty of things that weren't planned, but plenty of things that were. So and it's funny to see the things that didn't matter to him. Not didn't matter, but weren't like plotted out. I think some of the stuff was fresh and new. I heard that monsters being furries. I mean, what do you mean monsters being furries? Are monsters just monsters? I mean, they're animals, I guess. as opposed to, like, real monsters. I don't think they would have been humans. But I figure, like, just monsters as opposed to, like, more animal-based. But they're not, I mean, we have planes and shit. Like, soon they're planes. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, there's too many quotes. I don't. What do I look like? The tricky Tony Wrangler? I keep him in a closet down in the basement. He never leaves. He'll never understand what I've been telling him. He'll never know. Yeah, it's like a misery situation. I've got him locked up until he writes the story I want to know. He's revealed to me the ending, and I'm like, that's not good enough, man. You gotta fucking redo that. And until he does, I'm not letting him leave his fucking in this basement that I got him chained to. It's not true. Whatever ending it is that will happen is his ending, and that's what it is. Una Elder. Undone in the old. Oh my god, everything connected. Holy shit. Alert nude. Nature LED. Nature LED. I'm thinking about Queen, and I'm thinking about whatever the next chapter is going to be with the flowers. With Nature LED. Maybe they'll know each other. Who knows? I will say, watch someone go through chapter 2. I am thinking that Spamton is the best of the secret bosses, not just boss-wise, but in terms of a character. He is such an interesting and sad character. Even talking to him in the shop, and like there's times where he seems lucid. He's like, "Help, please help me," and then he cuts back to, "I don't know who he was talking to. I don't know what he was saying, but it sounds like he was talking straight to you." And he looks right at the camera. It's like, oh, this is uncomfortable. It's really dark and disturbing. Whereas, like, Jevils not dark and disturbing. Ramb is just kind of sad. And like, Gerson is just cool. But, like, Spamton is disturbing and weird and dark and really fucked up more than any of the other ones. I guess they've all been different, haven't they? Like, I like Gerson. But I wouldn't have minded if we got a creepy fucking weird guy. Dark, messed up thing. For chapter 4. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with chapter 5 in terms of what we're gonna get. Oh man. In terms of what the secret boss is gonna be like and how we're gonna get the shard. Oh man. A rule to 10, a rude length, a rule to 10. I don't know, fucking king. I think we got a good mix, crazy, pathetic, lonely, dead. I mean, yeah, but Jevils just kind of like, hey, he's cool. Aha, I'm chaos. The Ram being lonely is like, wasn't as, I don't know, it was still sad, but like, Spamton I feel like was on another level. Like, just on a whole nother level in terms of how interesting and intriguing his whole thing is, how dark it got. Easily, I think Spamton's my favorite. I mean, you think Ram would resonate with me more, but maybe just because it didn't feel as extensive. Because the idea of loneliness and no one caring about you and stuff does resonate with me strongly, but for some reason, clearly I didn't care about Ram when he was gone. Oh man, poor Ram. But I don't know, Spamton just feels like easily the most interesting one of all of them. Like, by far. And it helps that all of the things he says that are mysterious, that seem related and unrelated, and there's a lot to chew in. There's a lot to dig into with his words and his sayings. That are just like, what is hyperlink blocked? What are these vague hints he's talking about? He mentions flowers and shit at one point. Like, he mentions that clown, and he mentions, like, TV dials. He mentions a lot of stuff. It's like, what is... He knows a lot, but he's like, he just can't get it out. And it is sad. He was a desperate, sad man, reaching and then failing. And he wants help, and he can't get it. He wants help desperately, and he can't be lucid enough to get it. His life was ruined. And then people maybe liked him. Maybe he had friends. He did. I hate you. Fuck you, Fawful. Fuck you. Fucking hate you, Fawful. Okay, I have to use one of my, like, my one-up supers. I'm just not using them. There's a bunch of blue flowers. It's true, which apparently, according to Astra, is if you invert them, they become pink and gold if you go to the website. Whatever the fuck that means. Blue flowers, they're real. Which might mean nothing. It might just be completely arbitrary. This guy's got like pink and gold eyes a little bit. I hate you! Fuck off!
Mario.
I gotta fuck it. I don't know, man. Just like heal both of us, please. Oh, the Biblos have you choose words, and most of our words from the soundtrack. Yeah, roots. Yeah, the roots thing is still something of like. That's something I don't have many theories on at all. I mean, aside from like maybe roots being like home, in some capacity, like a home, your roots. I don't know, your family. Who knows? Maybe there's some kind of like semantic connection there, but I have no idea. Maybe it's the weird connection to the Dark World. You go to like chapter 3 and they talk about like it feels like they're referencing Undertale and the old what you know those areas used to be or something. Maybe that's the roots. It's home. It's the home. It's what was originally there, and then things changed, and people came in, and the roarings happened. Who knows? I have no idea. I'm just fucking making shit up. Now I'm just speaking out my ass. Very talkative ass, mine, you know. All those pictures of houses and trees that Jekenstein has in his fight. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think oftentimes there is a literal and semantic meaning to a lot of the things that we see. Toby likes to do that. He's clever that way. Things make sense. They fit together. Can you stop it, you fucking asshole? Eat a fucking big honking penis, my man. No, you know, eat a small one. I don't want to give you the privilege of having a big, nice one. You know, fuck you. Eat it like a tiny, itty-bitty one. It's limp. But no, yes, anything about the roots, anything about... There's a whole, like, another thread here that's happening. That's maybe, yeah, that's connected somehow. I don't know how. That seemingly is pretty dark and despairing. I swear to God I'm fucking hitting you, and I swear to God it's not working, and I swear to God I fucking hate you, Fawful. I fucking hate you. But yeah, it's super interesting. There's so much to dig in. There is a lot to dig in when it comes to these games, and it's part of why I really like them. Good thing I'm media literate. You know that? It's very good that I'm media literate. Oh, don't do this shit. Please, every turn a Mario brother dies.
Luigi.
If I heal Luigi, Mario won't have another turn. I find out I actually don't have media literacy. I was wrong. I'm horribly butchering the meaning of all of these texts. Well, that was the fun. Someone brought up the idea. Like, imagine if someone played like Undertale, and they just like, oh, I'm playing this for gameplay. Because some people just like don't care about story in games. They're just playing games for gameplay. It's like, oh yeah, I want to play Undertale. I skipped all the story though. And just like went through and killed everything. Completely missed the point. Wasn't paying attention at all. Just skipped every line of dialogue. That'd be very funny to me. I mean, it's a kind of game that I call like a flavor text game. Like the gameplay is good, but a huge point of the game is the flavor text. That's kind of like the game. I mean, if you're not willing to do that, then it's not the game for you. What am I meant to fucking do? I just feel like I have to wait for you to get out of your fucking dome so that I can hit you. Which is really not a fun game design. Just wait 5 turns and then I can fucking hit you, dude. Until you do this move. Which will overheat. Oh god. Oh, really? please! Oh my god! I hate this fight, dude. I don't want to give up. I mean, I gotta like stop the stream at some point, and go to bed, and eat some food, and be normal. But fuck, man, I just wanted to fight this fucking Fawful asshole. Maybe I should. Maybe I mean, honestly, if it's just this and the final fight, maybe I should just wait till another stream.
Let's go.
Because odds are, well, first of all, odds are I'll be better next stream. As it usually goes, if I'm fresh and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, it probably would go better. God, man, fuck, man. The worst part is I feel like it's just me being bad. It's not even the fight being terrible. Like it might actually just be me being terrible, but it's really unforgiving and really hard. And again, I don't like fights where it's just like, yeah, just wait like 5 turns, then you can do damage. Like, come on, man, that's like, just extend out the time. Unironically, I think that the part I hate about this game the most, that implies I hate a lot about the game. That's not true. The part that I don't like about this game as much is the boss fights. They're very long, and they feel very frustrating often. I don't find them very fun. Sometimes, maybe some of the boss fights are fun, but they all just feel fucking endless. They're so long and they're so not fun often. Even if I get the mechanics down and I understand what I'm doing, they're still really long. Just a fucking grind. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I might be making tons of mistakes. Some gamer who knows this game really well is probably like, dude, it would not be that hard if you just did this. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm just playing the game. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry. Unrelated anything, but Undertale posted on the Undertale at undertale.com. He's just posting like, here's Floridon. This can't be real. Pipsy. Oh my god, he's gonna grow facial hair. Why are you sharing this with us right now? You could just wait. You could just wait. I like Floridon. Floridon mutters how it likes flowers and it remembers the flower and smiles. That's sweet. Sorry, I got distracted. But no, game's still fun. I liked some of the stream. Then I got to the fight and I got very tired. Uh, but if it's not fun, why bother? Which is why I'm just quitting the stream. Have a good night though. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow with something new. Either Mina or Yoshi. Maybe Mina, because I won't feel bad not finishing it on stream. Or Yoshi, I think I'd rather try to. I don't know. Either one of those games, I feel like I could just do a partial and not try to finish. But we'll see. Have a good night. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye.